me like a Hellcat.
Before we get started, I have a favor. If you enjoy my content and want to see me continue to improve in both quality and size, please check out my Patreon linked in the description. Any amount helps and it is greatly appreciated. There are so many rewards for each level of donation, so go check it out. Now back to the video. Hey everyone, this is EmeraldAvengerG, and in today's video we're going to be discussing potential leaks for more Overwatch 2 hero talents. In this video there has been leaks on, I believe, both on a Facebook group and on Twitter of a Brigitte, I call her Brigitte. I hear people say her name as Brigitte or Brigitte. Brigitte and Moira. They're supposedly what their abilities are have been leaked. Now, the grammar and some of the spelling seems like it might have been made like in a different language and then translated over. You'll see as we get to it, like the grammar is off or something, but I don't know. I think it's cool whether or not these are leaks or not, because these do give us potential ideas of what their abilities might be. So let's get right into it. So first off, we'll start with Brigitte. This player apparently is at level 20. You see at the bottom, at the top, at the left side, and supposedly at the right side, as we can kind of see a little bit of the edge of it. We see the internal test. Now, one thing that people are calling out is the fact that this is the old Brig model, but who's to say that they have all the models done yet? The art is usually the last thing they do. Usually, companies, especially Blizzard, will get everything done. They'll have the kit, like they had characters done, they had Sojourn done, and they had Hammond done long time ago. Like, they've had Sojourn done since the game released, but they never had art to her. They just had the kit. And then they do that, like with Sigma. Like, they had the character done, and same with Baptiste. They had both those characters done, and they didn't actually decide what they were going to be until they started sending them out. So it could be the fact that we're just seeing like this is before they have remodeled her or redesigned her. Although in the trailers that we've seen and in the gameplay we've seen, she doesn't have a new design. So this might be, she might not get like a new design, she'll just get a graphical update. But at this point we don't know. So let's go into it. So the first one at level 1 is Go to Fight. Provides a shield to each team member, each of your team, regardless of the distance. So it has like this little health thing, like the little health plus. So I'm thinking it's either going to be whenever you pull up your shield, or it's going to be there's 3 possibilities. 1, whenever you bring up your shield. 1, whenever you send an armor pack to them. Or 1, or I say 1, 2, or 3, whenever you give them an armor pack. Or did I already say that? I already said that. Whenever Inspire's active. So whenever they're in your AoE and Inspire's active, they get a shield whenever they're being healed. So that might be what that is. The bit of the grammar thing is Go to Fight. Apparently it doesn't make sense to people. Go to Fight. Like, go to fight is what I'm seeing it as. I'm not understanding why people don't see it that way. I'm not sure. The next one at level 1 is Get Away. Your Mangle is what that says. That's why they think it might be a translation from Spanish. So what it's probably talking about is your flail distance is increased 5 times its original distance. So basically your flail can just like yeet across the map, which actually I do find kind of cool. It's either meaning that or the knockback distance, which probably is meaning the knockback distance. So it's like you hit someone and they just go flying. Like, that would actually be pretty cool. I kind of hope that's what it is. For level 10, we get Mitzi. The name of the cat. Name of jetpack cat is Mitzi. A curious friend in a jetpack arrives in the battle to help you and your team. So basically, jetpack cat is like a passive. So that's pretty cool. Mitzi just kind of follows them around. Like, that's actually pretty cool. I kind of want that to actually be there. Safe zone is the next one. Nail your flag and create an area that prevents your team from dying while healing. So what that means is basically whatever her ultimate is, Rally, goes from being a thing that attaches to her planting the flag, and in it creates an immortality field / inspire zone. So basically, it replaces her ultimate with an immortality field that also has the aspects of her ultimate, which is actually really cool. I like that. If that's actually what her ability is, I don't have a problem with that. That's really cool. So far, I'd probably do like the go to fight, safe zone, and then the Godfather's Legacy, which we'll get to in a second. Next is clearing the place. You cannot read this, but I believe it says run with your shield armed and fight your way through the enemies. Something about pushing them away, I believe. So basically what I'm thinking this is either whenever you're ulting, or it's replacing shield bash, you'll like run around and knock people back. So what I'm thinking is it might turn shield bash into sort of a sprint. So you just sprint with your shield and you knock people around, which is really cool actually. I think that'd be pretty cool. It's either that or pressing shield bash activates like a sprint with the shield, which you knock people around. One of those two is what I'm seeing. I think that's really cool regardless. Either that or it means she passively runs around with her shield and knocks people back. I don't know. Of course, no one knows at the moment, so yeah. Last one that we have here is Godfather's Legacy. Your old shield is replaced with Reinhardt's shield, which is absolutely awesome, if that's what it is. That's actually one of the ones that I theorize about Brig, is that she would get Reinhardt's shield. And, I mean, this... Of course, this is all for co-op, the PvE, so a lot of them do sound overpowered, but then you have to consider the fact that you don't get that big of a choice of characters. Like, you'll have, like, the basic mode of the campaign, if these even go to, like, the main story mode. Or you have, like, the 4 characters, and you have, like, the deluxe mode where you have all the other characters that make sense to be in it. So you don't have that many choices of characters, and I doubt you're ever going to have the option to have 2 shield tanks. Like, I don't think it's ever going to be an option. So if you get a mission where you get to go Brig, well, one of the missions we saw where it was Brig, Rhine, Torb, and Bastion, if you get Godfather's Legacy on Brig on that mission, you'll have 2 barrier tanks and then 2 turrets, which is, or 3 if you go Torbjorn with his upgrade, which is really cool. So, I do like this. I'm really hoping that this isn't faked, but like some of the grammar is just off. I want it to be real, but the grammar makes me think it's not, and it's kind of upsetting. But all that aside, this might be why we got the, I'm shaking the desk because I'm pointing at it on the screen despite me not actually recording the screen. We did recently get the model for Mitzi. I'm not even sure if Mitzi's the actual name of the cat. This might be faked or not. But we actually get the model for Mitzi, so I don't think they would have... I mean, they did with the dog, but the dog was a very basic model. Arisa's dog is a very basic model. I feel like they have more of a purpose for Mitzi existing as an actual physical model, but I guess we'll find out. But next we get to Moira. With Moira, this one looks like it's actually starting in-game. It has the internal test stuff, and this Moira model, of course, isn't the updated model. But that's, like I said, they do art last, so I think what we got at BlizzCon, I'm not even sure if what we got at BlizzCon is entirely final. Still more to see. But let's go ahead and hop right into this. So Soul Eater drains life energy from up to 5 enemies at once. So basically it chains to 5 enemies, which is really cool. As that, or it's like AoE based like Winston. It's like the nearest 5 people within her cone that she can actually damage are absorbed from. It's one of those two. I don't know. Healing Smoke, the use of Evanescence. That's one of the other issues, because Evanescence and Fade are the same thing. Or I believe Evanescence is the name for Fade in the Spanish version. Creates a healing aura. So it's almost like an auto-translate. So the use of Fade creates a healing area. Creates a smoke that heals. So like within her wake, there's just healing smoke. Which is something that I suggested for her to already have. I'm not sure if I did it in a video or while talking to friends. But that's actually really cool. And I'll probably actually... if those are the 2 abilities for level 1, I'll definitely have some debating to do. I don't know. This next one, apparently Twitter was awry about this. Multi-orb. When launching an orb, it will multiply by twice the number of enemies it connects to. So basically your damage orb, each time it connects to someone, it splits into 2. I'm assuming it retains the health that it had before the split, and I'm assuming each enemy can only activate an orb, at any of the orbs once. It can only have a doubling once. But yeah, that's a pretty cool... It might be really overpowered ability. You just send one into a horde of enemies and it just splits like a million of them and just like eradicates everyone. The other one for that is Toxic Prison. Prison is also misspelled, which is another issue that they have. Lock an enemy in an orb and it sends them away while absorbing them. So you throw a damage orb and instead of chaining the people, it might still chain the people, but if it hits someone, it locks the person inside of it and just carries it along with them. Well, carries it along with the orb. Carries the enemy along with the orb, slowly damages them, slowly kills them, which is pretty cool. Next one is Biological Panic. Creates an ascending smoke bomb that heals and damages. And damage, but that's the other typo, it's just and damage. And deals damage or and damages would be better. Of course, this could all be early stuff, and that's why stuff is done. Or, like, Evanescence could just be a new ability. They might, like, move Moira's, Fade to a double tap of space to be more of a passive, and then give her a new ability called Evanescence. We don't know. We don't know what they're planning on doing, but yeah. So this Biological Panic, it's probably like a replacement for her ult, because the other one is an ultimate change. It's probably a replacement for her ult. So when she activates it, like with Brig, it just creates an area, like an area of effect instead of the beam. Which, I mean, that could be cool. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see if that's true and see how it works. Then Unexpected Help. Heal your enemies and bring them back to life from the dead to fight alongside you. So she becomes a straight-up necromancer. Now, one of the other content creators said that the healing your enemies doesn't make sense, but like it makes sense. Like they're dead, heal them, and then bring them back to life. Fight alongside you. Makes perfect sense to me. But I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think that these are, well, do you think that these are real? Do you think these are faked? I would love them to be real. Of course, I err on the side of caution. Now, of course, I kind of erred on the side of caution when we started getting the BlizzCon leaks, but then I saw Sojourn and the Overwatch command room one, and I'm like, wait, these are definitely real. So maybe we'll see a couple more leaks in the next couple days. Who knows? All that aside, what do you guys think? Do you think they're fake or real? Feel free to leave your opinion in the comment section down below. And feel free to, if you want to do some theory crafting, I actually might start a brief little series on my YouTube channel where I go over potential abilities for the new characters, or potential ability modifications for the characters in Overwatch 2. I might start a series, and you can also give me your opinions and your ideas on that. So, yeah. As always, thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more content. Go follow me on my socials. Keep up to date on the channel. Go to my Discord, join the conversation. Go to my Patreon if you feel like supporting me. This is Untitled Avenger. Have a nice day. Stay safe. Peace out.